Hello? Wait. Is this plugged in? Say something. Yeah, it's plugged in.
Yeah, welcome to AmityCast.
Say your name?
No, you can say your name though. All right.
Hey, children watching.
All right. Well, so what are we talking about today?
Everything at once.
I guess we could actually. Why didn't we think about
That's
that?
a great film.
Why don't we talk about everything everywhere all at once?
Time.
But we'll get to that. It'll be a multiversal episode. We'll talk about the more popular one first, which is obviously The Time Machine from 1960.
It definitely should not be more popular.
The Time Machine from 1960?
I honestly don't know what that is.
You haven't seen The Time Machine?
I have not.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, you and I both.
I don't think
know
I've-
that I've seen a lot more, like, way more iconic films than that.
I don't think
I've
I've ever met another human being that's seen The Time Machine. So I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Allie's here. Say hi, Allie.
Hello.
I said hi, not hello. All right, you already messed up the whole thing. Whatever.
Okay.
So Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness is the 28th MCU film? 29th?
28th, I believe.
28th. It's the 7th with Benedict Cumberbatch or something. I don't know. 6th, 14th. I don't care. But more importantly, Wong. You see the She-Hulk thing?
The She-Hulk trailer's awful.
It looks really bad. But Wong's gonna be in it because Wong's just in everything.
At
Everyone
once.
loves Wong.
Wong is I don't care about Wong. He's so mid. Who likes Wong?
Wong.
You like Wong? What's wrong with you? He's played by Benedict Wong.
I mean, he's kind of annoying about his job because he's always like, "Oh, I'm the Sorcerer Supreme," and trying to make Doctor Strange bow down to him. It's kind of annoying at this point because it's kind of a little overused. But I mean,
He's in every movie.
Well, yeah, and he always says the same thing ever since he became the Sorcerer Supreme since fucking Endgame. But that's just stupid. Well, I guess technically Infinity War, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you guys see it in IMAX?
Did I see it in IMAX?
Yeah.
No, I saw that
sucks.
Southridge movie did.
I saw it in IMAX.
That's awesome.
Yeah. People clapped at the end, which was a very weird ending
It
to
was
clap
cool in the IMAX, but the makeup was fucking terrible.
I don't know why you would clap. We'll get to the.
Dune was the best film.
Dune was.
I saw
I
it.
didn't see it in IMAX, but it was definitely good.
Okay,
I know someone that's excited to go see Top Gun Maverick in IMAX next week.
Apparently it's got that's 96 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited. I'm just excited for that trailer to finally end. Thank you, Allie. All right.
You're
Well.
very welcome.
All right,
It's
cool.
better when Tommy said slurs. So
That's true. But overall, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It's Sam Raimi's first film since Oz the Great and Powerful.
I saw that in theaters.
I did too.
That's funny.
Anyways, that was much in a downgraded way of Sam Raimi. So, as we've talked about before, he's one of my favorite directors. The Evil Dead trilogy is one of my favorites. The Spider-Man trilogy is also great. Drag Me to Hell is incredible.
I've seen none of those.
Have you actually? You've seen the Spider-Man trilogy?
Yeah.
You haven't seen Evil Dead?
No.
Evil Dead 2?
No.
Army of Darkness?
No.
Drag Me to Hell?
No.
I've seen Army of Darkness.
Were you serious?
You've only seen Army of Darkness?
Oh, real quick.
Two?
I mentioned Better Call Saul to her because she said something about Lauren. I said Better Call Saul. She's like, "Oh, I've seen that show." I was like, "You've seen Better Call Saul,
Well,
not
there
Breaking
was a
Bad?"
street that was called Better Call Saul, and he was like, "Oh my god, that is fucking amazing. You don't understand why." And I was like, "Yes, I do. There's a whole show. I've seen the show." And then he got really worked up about that.
Did you know it was a spinoff of Breaking Bad?
I believe I heard something about that relatively.
Okay,
Maybe.
so you had the knowledge of the show, but the actual amazing show that it's whatever.
It was
It's obviously I know Better Call Saul.
Tian watched
Breaking
it.
Bad? No, it was just funny. And then you've seen the 30 Evil Dead, not the first two.
That is funny. Yeah, you've seen Army of Darkness, but not the first two.
Yeah,
Did you like Army of Darkness?
it was chill.
Did you like the zombie effects? Like the
Those
dead
were-
people effects?
They're
It was
better
from,
than the fucking Doctor
it's from
Strange one.
1990.
They were better than the Doctor Strange one?
Yeah,
Is that true?
No, it's not true at all.
I believe it.
Was this
I
time
stand by my opinions.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, well,
a lot of people hate this film.
you gotta always remember intention behind any type of effects. Sometimes,
Well, Matthew already
that-
explained that the intention might be just because of the director himself, but that it still
Just
annoys
style.
me.
Well, it was probably supposed to look rather cartoonish and wacky because that's kind of the concept of what's actually happening in that moment.
Like a spell on a zombie.
It didn't necessarily have to look so like authentically like a great zombie. You know what I mean? Like that's not really the point.
Yeah, but like I watched the Scarlet Witch walking down a hall covered in blood, and like that was fucking terrifying. They really couldn't do better makeup for zombie Doctor Strange.
Well, that was just blood though. Like that's not.
Yeah, but like it was just like the actress
oil.
herself. I mean, it was incredible acting, of course, but like still, it was just There was much worse gore in the film than that. And like a walking zombie, like that's an exciting like thing to think about. Like Doctor Strange possessing a dead version of himself to kill the Scarlet Witch, but like at the same time, it's like they could have done a lot better with the makeup. So it's truly devastating that they failed that epically.
And Bruce Campbell was in the film.
Bruce Campbell was there. It's really exciting.
I'm just kidding. I understand your point.
Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi have been friends for a very long time. They were friends when they were kids, and obviously he was the protagonist of the Evil Dead movies. So. Evil Dead Rise is coming out this year. I'm excited about that.
Is there like a date? Is there a date yet?
No, it's just 2022. Every time I try to look it up, that's all that it says. But yeah, so Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was pretty good overall.
Yeah, it was a wonderful film.
I don't think I said anything.
Like before this, Allie was like, "Nah, I don't." She basically just made herself the third part, which is good. It's good to have the discussion. I like it. So, no, but yeah, I'd say it's in the higher tier of Marvel films, especially recent ones. It's up there. It's one of my favorites of the year, I'd say, but it definitely had its issues, and I didn't like it as much as I was expecting to. So, what about you, man? Did it live up to the expectations? Were you a little disappointed? What are you thinking?
My name's Jeff.
That was entirely counterproductive.
So, I also had good expectations for the film. Not super high, but, it was aight. I've been out of it for a few weeks.
I mean, I was kind of disappointed because I was hoping that Spider-Man would be in the film, but then...
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
It was just like I was hoping. So it's not like an
Wait, I
actual
want
like,
to
pet peeve I have with the film or anything. It's not... This isn't actual... Like,
they did have a good...
It's just, like, it disappointed me personally.
They did have a good Spider-Man joke.
But they were going, like, through the multiverse, so I was like, they could totally, like, make a cameo with, like...
I said I want Tobey Maguire to show up, and you're like, that's irrelevant.
Andrew Garfield. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I'm just kidding. Please don't stab me in my sleep.
Why would I stab you in the sleep for saying Andrew Garfield?
You say you like Andrew Garfield? What? You must die now.
Well, like, in the Spider-Man category. Stop messing with that. Are you serious?
I don't approve of this addiction.
Look what you did.
Anyway, on topic. So, but yeah, I mean, I definitely enjoyed it, and
I enjoyed it as well, Ellis. Solid Strange. That one line by Dr. Professor, not Professor X, right? Where he was like, let's see what type of Doctor Strange you are. Like, I'm going to throw up. That was so cringe. Also, everything Chavez said. Oh my god.
I guess we will spoiler warning at this point, because we already said the zombie thing, and then Professor X said we already knew about, but then
he died again.
Anything else, we'll do a spoiler warning.
John Krasinski?
John Krasinski is now...
You might need to restart. I'm just...
After that,
it's been 8 minutes. I'm sorry. No more burping on the mic, please. that went.
No, you literally like went into it at the beginning.
That's different.
Okay?
I'm the host.
Also, every time Ellis has asked you to like give like general like critique or like something you enjoy from the film, you've been like.
Every time there's a new person that's in here with
Ellis.
us that's watched us record, I just get like anxious a little bit because like the first time Tommy was in here, I got anxious. First time like Justin was in here, I got anxious.
That is true. Yeah, it did happen.
Yeah. So it's fun.
No, but I mean like. The overall effects were fine. It had some okay action.
The CGI was my like least favorite part. Some of the CGI was pretty bad.
Yeah,
like the beginning.
It wasn't.
Oh my god, that tentacle monster. Some of the CGI was fucking terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that was perfectly handled at all. And a lot of the action kind of suffered through some of that.
Makeup was terrible.
Okay, so I did like that they brought back the love interest from the first movie and like had like a good ending the storyline. There was like a very Raimi like lesson.
Cool to see Rachel McAdams in like an important role for the first time in like 10 years. So
Yeah.
that was interesting.
Regina George.
Wasn't she that one girl in Mean Girls?
Regina George.
Oh, okay.
That was much longer than 10 years ago, but
It was like 20, wasn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's old.
God, she's
I
old
think I was
now.
alive when it came out.
20 years ago?
I think it was 2004, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You're 20 years old.
Which then again, that
No,
was 18
I meant
years ago.
it hasn't been out for 20 years yet because I was alive when it came out.
I was also alive when.
Rachel McAdams is pretty good, and she definitely brought some interesting character to that role. They did take advantage in some ways of the multiverse angle of looking at the characters in different aspects, like her character specifically, all the different ways that we see her. Very interesting. There wasn't as much like multiversal like fun that as I expected.
Yeah, they teased a lot of cameos, but like only like 5 of them happened.
Right. Yeah.
No Stan Lee cameo.
He's dead.
I understand that.
He's just dead.
Alice is leaving.
Actually, recently, I don't know if you saw, but recently Marvel has got the license to use his likeness for the next 20 years, even though he's dead.
What?
Yeah. So they can use him in any way whatsoever, like if they want to animate him to something. But
He'll have to be in
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Stanley as Spider-Man.
I feel like they could totally like
Stannerman?
CGI his face at this point and continue making his cameos.
I think we should just have Deadpool cameo as
But there's
Stanley.
going to be a whole controversy about whether or not they should be doing that, whether or not it's respectful or disrespectful. It's be a
Oh, it's incredibly disrespectful, but
That's true. Oh no, I think Stan Lee would appreciate it.
Because it is his creation, and
Yeah.
it was a tradition for a while, but then also, like, he's dead.
same.
So, who knows?
Yeah, but it's a way for him to live on forever.
So, Benedict Cumberbatch, how do you think he is as Doctor Strange?
I just can't
Is
believe
that-
that's actually his real name.
Cumberbatch?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, like the eggs and toast. But
Like salad fingers.
where did that come from?
Yeah, I had no idea.
That Benedict Cumberbatch is salad
Like,
fingers?
those things come from, like, actual, like, real life names.
No, in Salad Fingers, he has like finger puppets, and one of them is Benedict Cumberbatch. That's how I knew that name. So when you first told me that that was Doctor Strange's real name, I genuinely thought.
Oh, that's not his real name. That's the actor's name.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Strange is him in the comics, which is a little strange. Stop hitting me.
I was flicking you.
Anyways. Allie, what did I say about burping?
Okay, I couldn't control that one. I didn't do it in the mic. Yes.
So it's not bad.
I guess that was entirely incorrect.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it.
It sounds somewhat similar. Hubert Cumberdale.
Benedict Wong returns as Wong.
He's so fucking
you're
boring. He
both
does
Benedict?
nothing. He does nothing in this film.
He doesn't do anything.
He's like hanging off a cliff.
Yeah.
He's a terrible sorcerer
He's
supreme.
there all the time. Like, Wong
Well,
is
Doctor
so
Strange should
popular.
definitely be reelected as the Sorcerer Supreme. It's kind of ridiculous that he hasn't been at this point.
He was gone for 5 whole years.
Yeah, but like Wong like killed everybody at the same time. Also, Mordo? What was up with that?
And then they did the stupid thing in No Way Home where he would like where
Actually.
where he had to ask if he was the Sorcerer Supreme, and he was like, "Just leave me out of it." It's like, what?
Oh, she's the sorcerer
Yeah.
supreme. President of the United States. What you do? Leave me out of it.
And then like he still had because he knew Wanda or whatever, he had him do all of the talking. But it's like I don't know. They did a pretty good job with that rogue pull pretty early on, being like actually Wanda's gonna be the
Even though I think
antagonist.
anybody like could tell that from the trailer.
Right, yeah. They
And especially if you watch WandaVision, it like sets it up pretty well.
Right, yeah. So
She hasn't seen it though.
I have not.
Yeah.
She was kind of confused. She's like, "Wait, she has kids?"
I
was like, yeah, they don't really
I
explain
had no idea
that.
the Scarlet Witch's like her name was Wanda. So whenever someone brought up WandaVision, I had no idea what the fuck that even like was. I just kind of like nodded. I just kind of like nodded.
Didn't you watch Infinity War? I'm pretty sure they call her Wanda in that.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to their names. I just pay attention to like super names. The Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch Vision.
anyway,
Vision is dead.
yeah, that's like the whole.
Actually,
And they brought him back and then killed him in WandaVision. Yeah.
actually,
Well, that's the whole
he's
thing.
actually still alive right now. White Vision.
Well, yeah, and she doesn't have kids because in every other multiverse she did. Or I guess she did in the
Well,
show.
in WandaVision, they were made up. She conjured them.
Yeah, she they were trying to say like
They were real
she
to her.
used like she created children because she wanted them or whatever. But then in like other universes, they are real or something. They don't.
It's confusing. They had an animated verse, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like this. That was a good sequence.
That was
when they
cool.
were jumping through the different universes, like the one.
What? The one where they turned to like jelly or whatever.
It was-
Yeah, I was staring at him while you were kissing me.
Oh my god.
yeah, like it's like was I jelly at some point or whatever the heck you said? But I just gotta say, America Chavez, whoever
I didn't hate her, but you like really disliked her acting.
So bad.
She wasn't that good, but
I thought she was fine.
I thought her and Strange had a nice dynamic.
She was so bad. There was a great Sardonicast moment because
she kind of reminds me of like just a Disney Channel character. Actually, I'm pretty sure she's been in a Disney show because I recognize her.
Probably because in the Sardonicast,
Also,
Alex and Ralph were like, "Oh yeah, American Chop was there," and Adam was like, "She was so bad. This is one of the worst performances I've seen in a long time. It's like it was horrible." She was
also at the end, you were like, "Is she gonna date Spider-Man?" And I have no idea where that came from.
I'd be pissed.
Because that makes no sense.
I would be so mad at that.
I don't know. She's
Dude, in
like
Jurassic World, I'll be
young
so mad if there's no dinosaurs.
Like,
in the Marvel.
They went through that whole fun arc. The writing of this movie is like okay. Like they went through the whole arc.
I don't know if Raimi
like,
wrote
instead, it. Instead, this Doctor Strange is like, no, you have the power inside you, and then all of a sudden she's just able to control it. When she could have realized that at any point throughout the film, just like at that moment.
Like tried it all to hone her abilities.
Yeah.
They have that scene where like your parents die, and I was like, they're gay.
Why didn't you just follow them?
That's why it's banned in a few countries.
Yeah, because of that one
two
scene.
bombs.
Well, so was No Way Home was banned in China because they had the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
But, like you got to remove it, and like physically we cannot. That's literally impossible.
Yeah.
Do you want the third act removed? Because we can just it ends at the second act.
But the script is not very tight. It was very loose. I wish that they would have given Raimi something better. But speaking of Raimi,
It drove me a little mad.
his style seeped through really well. I really liked the additions that he made. They kind of let him go a bit of his crazy, a bit of the wacky, campy horror film route that Sam Raimi loves to go.
Sam Raimi?
There was a lot of camp there.
Daddy Raimi. No.
What?
You're gonna burp.
I wasn't.
There's a lot of great camp.
I really wasn't.
And there were some moments.
Hi.
There were some moments that were genuinely pretty creepy. They actually had kind of like jump scare-ish.
Yeah. It wasn't like horrifying though. Some people are saying don't bring your kids to this. I'd gladly take my child to
There was
this.
these people that I was watching, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like horror movies." He was like, "I'm gonna have to." He looked up the plot synopsis so that he could know when jump scares were coming. I was like, "That is so stupid, dude. It's not like a horror movie. Like it's got
a fucking Marvel film.
Like I get to know bitches.
Like it's the closest thing to a Marvel horror movie, but it's not horror.
What about Blade Trinity?
MCU horror.
Okay.
Why specifically Blade Trinity?
You gonna burp again?
No. Okay, but Doctor Strange's makeup was not the move.
Okay,
We need to stop talking about this.
Usually, when critiquing a film, when there's like one thing that's bad,
That's actually
that
amazing.
doesn't bring the whole thing down, and also you don't just keep talking about.
It was actually quite a good film. I don't really have many other critiques
Gave it 3
outside of
stars.
that.
If the only problem was the makeup, why is it a 6 out of 10 for you? That's so low.
Well, okay, it wasn't that like that was the only problem. I just didn't enjoy it more than a 3 out of 10. Or I mean a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
3 hours and be abysmal. That's like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's a 1.
Marvel's not 3 out of 10. That's way too high.
Yeah. You love Captain Marvel, babe.
No.
We had to watch it.
Why would you ever watch that?
Because I'd only watch it in a marathon.
I wouldn't. I would skip it.
Ah!
It's a pointless movie.
Stop
There's
tickling
no-
me on recording, babe.
It doesn't add anything. I didn't watch it till after Endgame.
I watched it in theaters.
Why?
'Cause my
It
grandma...
grossed over $1 billion.
Okay. No
Like,
more
why?
kisses. I'm just kidding. My grandma wanted to see it. I think that's the last movie I saw with my grandma before she died, actually.
That's horrible.
I'm actually sad now.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Actually, we still had a Train Dragon 3, but we saw it before Captain Marvel, so Captain Marvel was the last.
Then why did you even say any of that?
Because your mom.
I love
The guy from The Office was in it, though, for like 5 minutes,
Yeah, that was awesome.
till he died.
That means that
I hope he's in the main
it'll
film.
probably be him and Emily Blunt, hopefully.
I heard it might be.
Dwight and Michael are right there.
Yeah, who's the
No one cares about that.
who's the guy with the glasses? Dwight?
Dwight.
People want that actor to be Doctor Doom, and then John Krasinski's Mr.
That
Fantastic.
would be incredible. I would be so happy.
That's one of like the
Did
biggest.
not pull up Dr. Doom.
He totally could.
Who's Doctor Doom?
Totally could.
Who's
I don't know, but any villain, Dwight could totally pull it off.
Did you not watch Fantastic Four 2015?
Or Fantastic Four: The Rise of Silver Surfer. What are you buying me?
We're trying to record a podcast right now. Like, what is what is happening?
So
Absolutely no
Ellis is
respect.
okay. No more kisses.
Absolutely no respect.
Till the end. That third eye effect was terrible. Also,
Yeah, the third eye thing at the end. Also, like
randomly, what's her name?
Is that-
Charlize
is that
Theron.
because he was on the Charlize Theron?
Yeah, she showed up. I guess that's his love interest in the comics.
Yeah, Clea or Chloe,
Yeah.
whatever.
He's got a new
Whatever.
bitch.
It's
New Paducey. I love you in every universe.
I didn't think the script was very good. It had a lot of issues like that. Where you wanted it to be good, it was good. Like, obviously, Sam Raimi is great.
I liked Wanda and Strange. Everything else was, like, fine or bad.
They did it pretty good. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch is okay.
I think he's good in the role.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He was also, like, taking Thanos one-on-one, but then, like, he was losing, like, very simple fights with Wanda.
Yeah,
he's like, snakes, that's it. I could have, like, killed her. Also, that scene where she came out, like, the bell. Very Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wong was useless. Chavez was useless until the very end.
Even that first scene, there was like the car that was like about to hit the person. That felt very Spider-Man trilogy like type thing. Like very, very.
Even the color.
Yeah, a lot of that was really.
Everything popped off a lot more.
And it did have some overall fine direction.
Also, that fight scene with the music notes.
It was visually.
That was really good.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
That was really cool. I thought.
It ended very fast like that.
Yeah, it didn't last for very long.
He's like, "Give me your Christine," and for some reason he's like, "No."
No.
Yeah, that's not even his Christine.
Yeah. He could have just been like, actually, that's
that fucking Bird at the end. He's like, "You're the best surgeon and the greatest superhero, but you still getting no bitches." Yeah. They brought that broken watch back, which was nice.
Yeah, that was a cool moment.
And he also fixes it, which I don't know what that means. Because at the end, he's still broken, I guess.
I liked where they had fun with it, and it definitely was a lot of fun.
Illuminati was fucking stupid as shit.
It was pretty.
They're like, Black Bolt can do this specific thing, so don't get rid of his mouth.
Right.
What mouth?
Professor X was there.
He just died again.
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
It was like whatever.
I felt very like reshoot.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was.
He's like, maybe if I release you from this small rubble pile, you'll be cured. Ah, yes, how depression works.
No.
Yeah, your mother. Didn't you see this with your mother?
Yeah.
What did she give out of 5?
A 3.
Can we have her on the podcast?
No.
She would just talk the whole time. At Elsa's mother. What's your mother's name?
Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle Rollins.
That's Sean's mom.
They both talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, she's getting a pedigree of Sean's mom tomorrow.
I am.
What universe am I in?
That's a discussion for after the podcast. What universe am I in? It's probably the second best multiverse of the film of the year.
Out of the 2.
Well, yeah, there might have been another indie one.
I feel like this was a nice compliment to No Way Home because it continued Stranger's arc pretty well.
Yeah, I would say so. It definitely wasn't as good as No Way Home in like a lot of different ways. I still really enjoy it. It had some like weirdish, like the first like third or like half or so, were, like really oddly paced, and
so it's also only 2 hours.
Yeah,
which is fine because Sam Raimi usually does shorter films, but it still felt like pretty like a little too fast. Like maybe it was like 15 minutes longer, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah. It had some really weird like pacing. Not necessarily
the music
bad,
was pretty
but
good.
It kind of took me out of it. The score was pretty good.
I think it was the guy that did the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
No Tobey Maguire.
Yep. I enjoyed it. No Tobey Maguire, which I don't really care about.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool.
It was nice to see an actual like Doctor Strange like.
Yeah, because a lot of people. I think I liked it more because my expectations were a bit lowered because everybody just kept hyping up the fact that it was like it can't be a cameo fest, so I was worried it wasn't gonna be an actual movie. Right. And ended up being an actual movie, a lot more than a cameo fest.
There was a real actual like multiverse plot to it that with like stakes and stuff like that, which was really
cool. Like how they explained each universe and like the differences was pretty unique.
Wanda's motivation was a bit.
I'm assuming it's just because she was corrupted by the book, but she seemed like she went to like really extremely fast. Right. I thought the end of WandaVision.
I thought all that was kind of
was like a bit more like she was like on like a upward trend.
Right.
But no.
I guess
also, is she dead? I'm guessing not. But like they very like telegraph it as her death, even though it's just like rubble, and she's like the most powerful witch in every universe.
Right.
So she's probably fine. They also try to kill off Wong, and then he's fine. It's like if you kill off Wong, I wouldn't care because he's just in She-Hulk.
Yeah, all of that.
Also, why is he in She-Hulk?
Who knows?
Why?
All of that was really odd with Wanda. I kind of didn't really connect with it. I mean, that scene where she sees how the kids are like reacting to her.
That was a good scene.
That realization, I think that was a pretty good capper to that.
She was very good acting in this one.
Elizabeth Olsen really brought it. She really brought her all. She brought a lot of passion to it. So really enjoyed that. Obviously, the kids weren't very good, but it's hard to find good.
That fucking song,
it's
the ice cream song or whatever.
Oh my God, that was so cringy.
Not as good as Morbius.
A lot of things.
Somebody like edited the dance from Morbius of Doctor Who, but with that song from Doctor Strange 2, and it's probably the worst thing I've ever watched.
What? Are you serious?
Also, Morbius is on digital today, so please go buy it. It says
buy it.
The Marvel Legend arrives at home.
No.
That's what it says.
No. not a legend. Even if the movie was good, he's still not a legend. Jared Leto.
Allie, stop talking.
Can I just Jared Leto made a cameo as Morbius? In
Somebody did that. They're like, meet the Illuminati, Dr. Michael Morbius, and they just like edited the crowd cheering. Also, they edited the Morbius post-credit scene in like some countries. They take out the Spider-Man reference in the post-credit. So now it just makes even less.
What's the point?
Don't know how I got here. Probably. You want to be in the team? Oh. They got the... Bro, it's the... Dude, it's only 150. It's the... Can we get the... Hey, it's the... Mordo was weird because they just didn't pick up where the mainline one was, and they just showed a random universe one, and he had long hair.
Yeah.
So what happened is, so is he going to be back in the third one? Because apparently there was a rumored opening scene where Mordo died in the main universe by Wanda, but they cut it out because they wanted it to be a reveal that she was the villain. So he's still alive, I guess. Also, he says he's like Doctor Strange. Like ever since then he's been trying to kill me, but we've never seen that. Yeah, no. We just saw him kill a random paralyzed guy. Yeah, that was it. That was kind of weird. He's like, he's my arch nemesis.
It's kind of just like, oh yeah, the relationship with him was absolutely horrible. And he was like, oh brother, it's like, this is a big deal. Like,
and then just Dormammu's kid shows up at the end.
Yeah.
And he's just a cloud.
Why?
I guess Ego had kids, so. Guardians 3 is gonna be hype.
Guardians 3 will be hype.
As good as Peacemaker. Finish it.
I still haven't finished Peacemaker.
What do you think about that Thor trailer? Are you excited for Thor?
Sure.
Looks like it'd be good.
It looks like it looks like it'll be interesting. Like kind of like.
I'm excited because Christian Bale's the villain.
Yeah, and I've heard that he did a really good job. So.
Yeah, but they aren't showing him in any of the trailers yet, which is actually promising.
Gore the God Butcher.
I just hope he has good motivation, because if he's good at acting, that's fine. But like, I want to actually like the villain.
I want it to be well written.
Yeah, because the villain in this was like fine.
Right.
But yeah. Where's my Deadpool cameo? People were saying that Deadpool was gonna be in the end credits so much, and then it was Bruce Campbell, and everybody was mad. And I was like, "What'd you expect?"
I'm so happy it was Bruce Campbell because that was the way to do it. Because Bruce Campbell had to show up somehow. And then
Bruce Campbell before the movie's like, I don't know, they reshot like a lot of the movies, so I don't know if I'm in it anymore.
That moment when she was like, "Oh yeah, food is free in most universes. It's weird that you guys have to pay for it." And then the guy was like, "Hey, you didn't pay for that." It's like, how'd you get it? Like what?
Also, that scene where like they stop at the sidewalk and it just plays your memories. It feels like that's incredibly invasive. To just people walking around and they just watch your memories.
Yeah.
And how does it choose which memory to play?
It just picks randomly, I guess.
And it's like, oh, let me play the one that's important to your background. Okay, now we play you at a random dinner.
Let us just. Yeah, that was like so stupid because like it did it for him, and he was like, "Yeah, we don't have time for this." And then she did the exact same thing. She was like, "Yeah, you're right, we don't have time for this." And it's like they just both happened to show important memories that they both needed to see to understand each other's characters more without any other exposition. So it was so forced. That was so stupid.
It was a nice scene though. How they displayed his universe was nice.
Your universe.
Hmm?
Your universe.
And this nice little message. And it's like, I love you in every universe, but I just can't pull you no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Because that was the thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, what were you and I?
Also, the ending was extremely abrupt. I was confused for first.
Really?
I was like, I know he has that third eye, but why he ended on that? And then the post-credit scene, he's just fine again.
Yeah.
Walking around.
And the third eye's still there.
So he's like controlled it in between. And then Bruce Campbell's like, it's over. It's finally over. The 2 hour and 6 minute film.
So long.
You guys just watched Endgame. 3 hours.
Endgame more like Bend Game.
Benedict Cumberbatch. There's so many people in that movie, but they're in it for like 2 seconds. But it's just like at the top of their career.
Yeah.
Tom Holland was in Endgame for 3 minutes.
That's true.
And scene. Honestly, it's been quite a while since I've seen this, so I can't recall everything. Professor X, he like said a line he said from Days of Future Past, which was nice. I don't know if you caught it.
Which one?
He was like, even if you stumble and fall, you can still get back up or whatever.
Oh, right,
that was like from Days of Future Past, I guess.
And it was just weird how like wherever they went, it was like either
the exact universe they needed to be.
Exactly.
Which they say in the film she was like doing that, I guess.
Yeah, which I mean that's fine, I guess. But the way it was like wherever they went, they were either like trying to like kill Doctor Strange, and then they were like, oh, don't worry, we'll totally trust you and give you what you need. And then it's like, well, then why do we go through any of it anyway? And then it's just that whole thing where they explained all that to him. So then I gave Wanda time to get there, and then Professor X was like, let's just let him try.
Captain Carter was so stupid. Like I get the character, but like it's just Nobody cheered. Also, nobody cheered for fucking Captain Marvel. It's like a variant or whatever.
Yeah.
Out of all the characters. Apparently, Daniel Craig was supposed to be Mr. Fantastic, but he backed out. So they're like, let's get the people we actually want. Why would Daniel Craig be fucking Mr. Fantastic? He's like 56.
Yeah, he's so old.
John Krasinski's pushing it. He's like in his 40s.
Yeah.
He's literally quiet in most places. Too. I like that one. Why'd you stop talking, babe? You have nothing to add?
I'm shopping.
For what?
She's probably still thinking about the makeup, and she thought, yeah, honestly,
Just-
I don't have anything else to say, so.
The makeup is there.
That's fine. I feel like the worst makeup was probably I guess if I had to pick the worst makeup, I guess it would be the zombie stuff. But that's just because it's looking retro. I thought it was fine. I thought the whole ending battle, he just became a zombie, and then like he just like told the girl to do it because she can do it, and then she did it.
Yeah.
And then Wong was just like climbing up, and he hit like one thing, and he's like, I saved it. And at the end, he's like, I respect you now, and he bowed. And I was like, this feels so unearned. Also, why is this still going up?
Yeah.
Why is he She-Hulk? Why is anyone She-Hulk?
Mark Ruffalo.
The next two Marvel shows are gonna be so mid. Miss Marvel and She-Hulk.
I don't care about either. Well, I guess I might watch some of She-Hulk just because, like, what the heck?
The CGI looks
She-Hulk,
so bad.
She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
Also, it has 9 episodes out of all the shows.
Yeah, 9?
And
Why?
WandaVision. Not like Moon Knight. Like a good show. Christ. And then, well, we got Thor 4 and then Black Panther 2. The rest of the year.
Yeah.
Loki season 2 starts filming this like next month though. And everybody's coming back.
Even Owen Wilson?
Yes.
I only care about Owen Wilson.
I can't wait for Owen Wilson. I remember people said Loki was going to show up, which would have made sense-ish, but yeah. There's so many cameos people were saying. People were saying fucking Hulk from 2003 was going to be in the film. I was like, and how in any way?
Why would Eric Bana be there?
Welcome to the Illuminati. Eric Bana. Ghost Rider was also rumored. People were like asking Nicolas Cage, he's like, I don't know, I'd love to be in Marvel again, but I haven't gotten called. And people are like, he's fucking lying. You liar. Hugh Jackman is in this film.
Dude, they're gonna have the entire X-Men. All those memes that was like Spider-Man 2002 becoming the oldest Marvel film.
Yeah, and then it was like
film, but then X-Men waiting for Multiverse of Madness. But like, I don't know why
Blade.
people even expected that. Like,
what? Expected what?
Like X-Men to be like so like I mean, like where did that even come from? That people were expecting like.
Because it's Multiverse of Madness, people just assume there's gonna be a bunch of cameos, especially since No Way Home had like cameos.
Right.
Kind of.
But then like.
But like No Way Home was like story based.
Yeah.
The people were saying this one was just bullshit, which they did anyway. I think Illuminati because there's a bunch of random characters like Black Bolt.
Right, but
and then
there was only like 4 of them. They could have had more fun and added a few more, I guess, for fan service. But like that doesn't really.
Yeah. The whole sequence felt very like reshoot.
Yeah.
Which I know they had like months of reshoots for some reason.
Overall, it was definitely enjoyable.
Was this better than Spider-Man 3?
Spider-Man 3, yes.
So
I can see why a lot of people would have liked it. And like
I definitely enjoyed it.
It definitely keeps the MCU chugging along. It adds to the overall arc, and then the multiverse stuff.
Also, that one interesting thing where they're
get,
like, "Oh, every dream you have is just a different version of yourself."
Right.
Which they just reveal.
That was a cool theory.
It wasn't a theory; it was proven.
Well, like,
Not in real life, but
yeah, I know, like in real life.
I've had some weird dreams about myself. And tell me, there's a universe where I kill myself.
I don't remember my dreams.
That means you must have no other version of yourself.
Well, see, because like in the movie they say I don't dream, but that's all people dream. It's just whether or not you remember them when you wake up.
Who said they don't dream? Oh, fucking Chavez.
Yeah,
Which I was like,
that was like her thing, which is like.
she's like, I'm the only one, or whatever.
But no, everybody dreams.
Isn't that like the complete opposite of the multiverse is though?
Sleep, they dream. What?
The whole multiverse is that there's multiple versions of yourself. So why is there just one person that there's no it?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's my America Chavez TV show? Also, why is there a name for him America? Who names her child that? Ah, yes, Mexico.
Well, I mean, that's like.
Ah, yes, the UK.
It's really weird. I don't get it.
Ah, yes.
All that I get is that it was okay. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
I think I gave it a
You gave it 3 stars on Letterboxd.
3, yeah. So it's like, what, a 6 out of 10? I enjoyed it. I'd watch it again. I'm not, like, pining to see it again, though. Like, Chris Pine. But, anyways. Next film. Allie's favorite film of the year. I guess it's all our favorite films of the year.
It was an excellent film.
Was it as good as the Lost World Jurassic Park though?
Oh, well, we haven't seen that yet.
Answer
I'm
is
sure it will be better
no,
than
it's
that.
not.
But I do have high hopes for that film.
No. What was the last part you remember? Babe?
About what?
The Lost World.
Lost World?
Where we stopped at.
They had the T-Rex in the truck.
Oh.
And she was like, he's not gonna like this.
I don't think anybody's gonna like a fucking baby T-Rex in an actual dinosaur island. That probably has just wailing in pain. And Jeff Goldblum. I love Jeff Goldblum. Do you love Jeff Goldblum?
No.
Why not?
I enjoy him though.
Christ.
I liked him in The Fly.
2?
No, just The Fly.
Alright, next film. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. All one word,
okay,
no commas.
Let's transition to a different multiverse film.
I just said the title.
One that
I will stab you.
It's definitely better. And I really enjoyed, and it's been pretty anticipated. It's been one of the like bigger films this year as far as like critical success.
Indie film though.
Yeah.
I think it's making money.
It is.
Because like the positive word about the insane.
Yeah. And it's Everything Everywhere.
My favorite film about taxes for sure.
That was a good review. That gotta be like top 5 film about taxes. For a short period of time, it was the highest rated film in all of Letterboxd. It's moved down to number 3 now, but still, it's pretty impressive.
Oh, it's number 3. What's number 1? Is it Paddington 2?
No, it's Parasite.
Really?
And
I haven't seen it.
Paddington 2? Are you kidding?
Wasn't there a joke about that in the Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah.
Was it a good joke?
Well, because they were like, I think it was like top 3 favorite movies ever or whatever. And like he said, like 2 like really good classic movies for Pedro Pascal. And he was like, "Come on, your 3rd favorite movie, come on." And he was like, "Paddington 2." And he was like, "Oh, come on, all the movies ever released, you choose Paddington 2?" He was like, "It changed my life. Made me want to be a better man. I cried at Paddington 2." And then they watched Paddington 2 with Nicolas Cage, like, "Paddington 2 was fucking amazing." Like, cry.
So this movie's made $52 million. And its budget was $25 million.
Trying a good profit.
Also, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee
Was
Curtis
in
was
this.
in it, which I didn't know going in. So
You didn't? I saw the trailer. And she was in it.
the trailer I saw, she was not in. So
Well, she does look different than she usually does.
that's true.
She like wears a wig in every movie. It's weird.
She was pretty enjoyable though. In fact, pretty much everything about this film was well done. I knew I was pretty much expecting to like it based on everything that I had seen, and then I actually went and saw it, and it's actually pretty incredible. So it'll probably end up being my favorite film of this year.
Yeah, everybody was praising it, and I thought I would probably enjoy it, but not as much as everybody was saying.
Right, and then it actually was.
It was
really,
probably
really good.
Yeah, I mean, I have some problems with the first act, and some of the characters weren't the best developed, and yeah, I think some stuff could have explored a little further, but I still love the film. Like, I feel like the daughter, I didn't exactly know her entire character super well. Just that she was gay.
What?
The daughter
also
character?
that her mom like pushed her really, really, really far to the point where.
Yeah, I just feel like the daughter had no like individual character traits.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
it was a good like
her multiverse god version of the character.
Was interesting.
Was really well done. It was the whole family like there were different things to appreciate about each member of the family, and I think
yeah, because like at the beginning, how you view each family member changes by the end.
Right. Yeah.
Like drastically.
Yeah. Like
I didn't think that the dad was gonna be that important.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't even think the daughter and her girlfriend was gonna be.
Ended up being important. It was actually really one thing that was nice that like noticing little details earlier on in the film would actually pay off later on, which was really cool.
And they had that good like gotcha moment where like they have the end credits play, but it's only like the first act. Because Allie was like, she actually thought it was the end for a second. She freaked out.
Oh, yeah. Which
I was like, I didn't think it was gonna do that, but I was like, you were really fucking committed.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be. That was pretty. It was pretty well done, actually.
The rock sequence was very well done.
Was incredible. I guess spoilers, but the sequence with when they're just rocks there and they have that little conversation that you have to read, that was really profound. And then they go back to it later on when they're rolling, and then she lets the daughter's rock rolls off, but then she just follows her. It was really cool. There's a lot of great messaging. There's really good morals to have, and an overall good central focus.
What was the point of the googly eyes? I don't remember.
Well, because it was a thing that her husband would just like, as a joke, put around the laundromat in the apartment.
Yeah.
And like she got really annoyed with it. Did you? Yeah, did you know? I don't know if you don't even do this on Letterboxd, so you probably didn't.
Yeah, there's an eye.
But yeah, when you go to.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Does it only do that for a few movies or what?
It only does that sometimes for like the Easter eggs for stuff. But little details like that, they were everywhere. They were really well handled. Incredible attention to detail. Yeah.
Everything.
It had fun with the multiverse aspects to it. Instead of like, it was like looking across different, but instead of like being like, the only one that was really crazy was like the hot dog fingers one, but everything else was just like.
Yeah, that was kind of weird, but it was whatever.
Because instead, this one is more like every individual decision you make makes everything different.
Yeah, they explained it was interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty. They went through it pretty fast, but like you got the gist.
Right.
It doesn't over-explain anything.
I think that was really cool. The overall like plot was structured really weird early on, but then like once it really started to hit its groove around the middle, it like got really.
It's quite funny because technically the whole film just kind of takes place in that tax building.
Yeah.
Yeah, like never leaves. I like realized that halfway through. I was like, they're still in the building.
Right.
And, like all the weird things they have to do to like trigger like being able to like go to the different universes.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that exactly. I don't remember.
Because it was just like
an action that triggered from that timeline.
Yeah, it's just an occurrence that is extremely improbable. Like would like I don't remember exactly how they explained it.
Yeah, it's just like random stuff like stay up close to your head.
Right.
Eat this. Kill yourself.
And then like when she was talking about like her like tax awards, like the auditor, and like they're like freaking
butt plugs.
Yeah, like,
I knew that was gonna be a thing later on. That was a
like,
funny scene.
That's definitely gonna come back. And,
it was
like,
very dumb.
The guy jumped over and like that was pretty good.
It was pretty dumb but very funny.
Right.
They really go all out.
Yeah.
And like you think it wouldn't work, but like it does.
Well, it's just crazy because films that are that funny, but in a weird, random way, it's still an enjoyable funny. But at the same time, I would recommend to anybody to watch. I would tell everybody to watch this movie. It's still really profound and it's got a really poignant story, and it has an incredible reason to watch. The screenplay is extremely tight, really well done.
Also, the filmmakers of this were approached to do Loki.
Yeah.
They were approached to do the multiverse stuff for Marvel, and they said no, and instead made this movie.
Right.
Which is kind of funny. Which not nearly as much money as they would have made, but a much better product.
And all of that was really well done, and it had a lot to really enjoy there. Also, all the performances were really good. It's crazy because Short Round is the
kid from Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
He hasn't acted like since that movie, has he?
And all he's been in is the Goonies and the Temple of Doom.
And he came back. Now he's like coming back. I don't know what made him come back.
I don't know.
I don't know why he left.
Maybe he just liked the script that much. And then I don't know.
But why was he approached?
Michelle Yeoh. I wouldn't just say her name. She was really good.
At the beginning, you almost don't like her because of how she just like takes everything out on the people around her. And at first, I thought it was the husband divorcing her because she like finds the papers.
Right.
But it turns out like she thought that we thought that she was doing the divorce, but it turned out it was the husband.
Right.
Yeah.
And like all that was.
I'm assuming at the end, they don't get divorced at the end. Yeah.
Right. Well, because like
it's all about taxes, bro. And then she has like a Jamie Lee Curtis at the end. They have like a reconciliation, like friends, I think.
Yeah.
Because in the like the hot dogs universe are like together right then.
Right, they're like a couple for some reason.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Well, see, it's just really weird. And it has but it has fun with it when it should. And though it does that, it still takes the time to have a really poignant story, like I was saying. It's really cool to see a message that's like, well, if you know everything, you see everything, and you know all of that, everything seems so small and nothing really matters. But then she
it's a pretty good message, yeah.
But then she thought about the genuine love that she feels for her husband, the person she's been with for so long, and what she wants to do for her daughter, and like, well, there are things that do matter. It doesn't mean that nothing matters.
Small moments.
Yeah.
There's even that good little moment where there's like the universe where she was that movie star and like her and her husband were together and they had like a good conversation.
Yeah.
I was like,
I think it was perfectly done how they jumped between the different universes and how she.
I showed how related they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing all that at the same time, it did a really good job of like balancing that so that we could see all the different perspectives and how it all culminates together.
Is there a steelbook of this movie?
I hope so. I want one.
Nerd. Just kidding.
Thank you.
I'd also like it. but no camera, so 3 out of 10. What are you looking for?
Don't worry about it.
Ellie, thoughts?
The
The movie?
I thought it was an excellent film.
Out of 5?
5,
Out of 10?
7,
Out of 7?
7.
It's settled. She gave it a 3 out of 10. Just kidding. Welcome back to day 36 of trying different fruits and pancakes. Today we're doing Dig and Pancake.
No. But there was pretty much nothing not to like. I do think that some of the pacing was a bit off in certain parts of it.
More the beginning.
Yeah. And
but it's like a 2 hour, 20 minutes.
It's like almost 2.5 hours, yeah.
It flows by really fast.
It
Didn't
does
you think
go by
that,
really
Ellie?
quickly, and it was,
Yeah.
and a lot of that was extremely enjoyable. Did you know that originally Aquafina was supposed to play the daughter?
No.
Well, now you do.
Why didn't she?
Because she sucks, and Who We Got was way better.
Yeah, I don't think I have
Anyway.
a problem with any performances because they had to play multiple versions of themselves, and they all did pretty good.
They all did a pretty great job.
Especially short round.
Yeah.
Okay from Indiana Jones.
But I really enjoyed it. There wasn't really anything about it that I disliked. It's a film that I would recommend to everybody, and I'd be surprised if there are any films this year that I like anymore. Yeah, really fantastic. I'm gonna give Everything Everywhere All at Once a 9 out of 10.
I believe I give it a 9.
Yeah.
4.5. Yeah.
And it's
I recommend it. I recommend both these movies, but this one
sure.
more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anybody should watch it because it's got something that can speak to pretty much anyone. And it's extremely enjoyable. Obviously, Doctor Strange. It's a fun MCU movie. It's a good.
Could have been better. I feel like there was
definitely could've been.
because they said the original cut was 2 hours 40 minutes, so I feel like there might be a better version.
Probably, yeah.
Sam Raimi cut
But
down so much.
it's a pretty good step in this current Marvel catalog.
Definitely, maybe my favorite film of Phase 4 besides No Way Home.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Maybe Shang-Chi, right below those two.
Probably.
Because then, Eternals, Black Widow.
Are both really bad. So.
And then, what was the other one? There was another one. Was there?
Wasn't there 4 last year? Then this is the first one this year?
Are we forgetting one?
I don't think so, are we? I mean, there's the shows, but I don't think I'm missing a movie.
No, guess we're not.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, No Way Home and then this one I'd say are my favorites of Phase 4. So
Phase 4 has been kind of all over the place, though.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Probably since the Fantastic Four movie was supposed to be set in the 60s, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've been introducing so much stuff where they make so many excuses as to why they haven't been around.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the more that they do, the more they have to keep doing that as they come up with new stuff.
Which is I'm not saying they're doing bad at it. It's just getting a little convoluted.
Right, and it's noticeable. But
Yeah. She looks gonna be terrible though.
probably.
I told Sean the slogan is you'll like her when she's angry. I was I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to stab myself.
Oh my God.
Also, Mark Ruffalo is not that good.
No, it's Mark Ruffalo. What do you expect?
He has Oscars, doesn't he?
Does he? I really hope not.
I know he's been nominated for stuff.
There's a lot of great actors who do not. So.
Edward Norton would have been so much better if he stuck around. And the only interesting thing about She-Hulk is that Abomination's in it.
No, not really.
Why not?
Just kidding. That will be pretty cool. Yeah, he has 3 Academy Award nominations.
I think it's one of that one movie that everybody liked about the Predators.
The Kids Are Alright, Foxcatcher, and Spotlight. Best supporting actor in all 3.
Yeah. I think he's good in some drama stuff, but not superhero.
He was pretty good in Spotlight.
I thought he was good in the first Avengers. But it's been all over the place.
Yeah, he's been more. Well, he's
They
bounced around
don't-
from serious to comedic and all that stuff. So
They've not handled Hulk well at all, so
right.
I'm not really excited for She-Hulk. Why is Jasmine calling me? Babe, you know why Jasmine's calling me?
Me a few times. I think she wants to pick me up to hang out. I'm just.
So you want me to ignore this?
Yeah.
I thought she hates me anyway. Jasmine, if you're watching this, Sean's mine. She can't say that anymore.
Yeah. But 2 at least fun multiverse movies.
Next multiverse film?
And seriously, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Check it out. It's amazing.
What will we cover next week? What comes out next week? Or this week?
I don't know.
What is this week?
Top Gun Maverick comes out soon.
I don't want to see that.
That's next.
I want to see it and get flashbacks of the trailer and hate the film.
Yeah.
This is your captain.
The trailer's ruined it just by
I'm not much of a teacher. They're orders, sir. Thank you for welcoming me back. They weren't welcoming you. They were orders. Tom Cruise is like 60, isn't he?
He's old.
And he has like 2 more Mission Impossibles.
He's the same age as when he did the first one.
Yeah.
That's because he doesn't seem to age.
He's a Scientologist.
That doesn't have to do with it.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
Name one Scientologist that died.
Look, because I love South Park, I love to hate on Scientology, so we're going to talk about
Allie's the same way. Except she hates every minority.
That's not true.
Allie, why? That's so racist.
I don't. That's him.
Tolkien?
Facts, actually.
I never thought it was Tolkien. Pretty racist if you
Tolkien.
thought that.
Obviously. How did you not know that? You stupid
I told
fuck.
Sean about that episode and he's like, and started laughing. Just how I described it.
Well, I'm a huge fan of J.R.R. Tolkien, and she said I couldn't name him J.R.R. Tolkien. I thought your name was Token. It is. South Park's great. Maybe we should talk about South Park next week. Just watch a bunch of South Park for us.
I have been.
Watch more.
Because of her.
Watch the best South Park. Have her give you the best episodes, then don't listen to that, then I'll give you the best episodes and watch them.
Okay. Allie feels real loved right now.
Yeah.
No Timmy takeover time this
If I can't
episode.
joke around, then what's the point?
When's Timmy takeover coming back, Ellis?
Never, hopefully.
Okay. Didn't he sing one time? Yeah. But yeah, the bagel? What was that euphemism? You knew the bagel thing. Was it like you put everything on a bagel?
Yeah, that's been a euphemism. Basically, they've always said that if you put everything on a bagel, that then it would be a black hole, because the black hole is just all of matter crushed into one tiny area, and that's why. Because everyone thinks that a black hole is actually a hole, but it's not a hole. It's actually just a huge ball of mass that is like has such a gravitational pull that it pulls everything into it that comes into orbit.
It's like my ex-wife.
And it's also a tasty treat with cream cheese.
Yeah.
You're black.
Thank you. So next week, I don't know what we're talking about. Multiverse of Madness.
We're going to talk about Shorty as a character. Joey came in clutch with that vote. He voted for any other horror character. I was like, I actually don't dislike you as much now.
But anyway, I don't think we have much else unless you do. But
Allie wants to have a bit tangent about her favorite film of all time. Just the makeup. Ice Age 5 is her favorite film of all time. Collision Course
that's not true.
is Allie's favorite film. Don't you love Ice Age Collision Course, babe?
Chill, I guess.
The 5th Ice Age film. It's not as bad as the 6th one.
Anyways, if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe. We do this almost every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't. But
If you don't watch, I will
he'll do nothing.
steal your dog.
What the heck is wrong with you?